Hi there, my name is Douglas H. Smith. I am broker owner of DHS Realty. Going to do a quick video on a listing presentation. What I try to do is every time I work with a buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord, I try to record my presentation, so that's helpful to any and all agents, but specifically agents here at DHS Realty. So yesterday I got a phone call. It was a 918 number, and they knew me from years ago when I helped them buy a home, and it was in Louisville. And they called me, and I got their name, and they said they wanted to sell their house, and that I had helped them, and that they had just looked in their phone and still had me in there. I have the same phone number since 1994, and I think I helped them in maybe late 1990, in the 90s, in the late 90s. So anyways, they gave me their address, I got their name, and I set an appointment for Monday at 3:30. So I'm now doing the listing presentation, and the first thing that I've always told the agents in our office is that they need to know MLS and zip forms like the back of their hand. So the first thing I always do is I'm going to go into matrix.netris.net, and you'll see that that's the website, matrix.netris.net. When you log in, your screen will look like this. In our company, we've cleaned up the MLS to look like this for everybody, so there's some conformity when it comes to training. The first thing I always do is I want to see if the home was ever in the MLS since 2003. So I'm going to just go here to the square, says search, type in the street, which is number, which is 1221. And then the street name is Logan, but this is like dummy proof. If you type in L or LO or LOG or LOGAN, it is going to pull up anything with 1221 LOG in the system since 2003. So I do know how to spell Logan, and it's LOGAN. And so when I type it in and hit search, you'll see that there was no history that came up. So that means that I have to go to the tax roll. So at the top, you can see my matrix and search. When you hover over search, you go down to the public record, and you'll go into the tax roll. And right here, it says house number 1221. And then I'm just going to type in Logan. And right down here, you can see there's 3 results. So I'm going to click results. Now I know this home is in Louisville. So I see that there, Louisville. And right over here, I'm going to click under property tax ID, and I'm going to click on it. That's going to pull up the tax roll for my client, and their names are Chris and Katrina Coltrane. So I'm going to go ahead and print that. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to do a CMA. So I tried to find the MLS printout. There wasn't one. I go to the tax roll, print the tax roll. Now I'm going to do a CMA. So again, I'm going to hover over search, go residential quick. When I do residential quick, over here I have active only because that's all I want to send out to a buyer. But I'm going to be doing a CMA, so I'm going to hit coming soon and mark the next 3, skip 2 and mark pending and sold. And we learned in school that you do a CMA that goes back 6 months. So I'm going to switch that 0 to 180 days. Here in the subdivision, I have the tax roll. It says the subdivision is Ridgeview. I'm going to go ahead and do Ridgeview and put an asterisk, and that wild cards that area. Okay, Ridgeview. Now, Ridgeview is a very common name for a subdivision. So I'm going to go over here to city, and I'm going to go ahead and type in Louisville. And you can see there's no matches. Okay, so you can see that I have Ridgeview spelled right, Ridgevew. And I have in the city Louisville, and there's 0 matches. So the next thing I'm going to do is, because that doesn't work, I'm going to take out the subdivision name. I'm going to just try RIDG and see what comes up. And in the city, you can see that there's nothing. So instead, I'm going to completely take out the subdivision. I'm going to go up here, and it says map search. And I'm going to first type in the address of the property. Okay. And when you type it in, it kind of auto-populates, so I'm going to pick that, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 miles from that address, and you can see there's 189. So now I'm going to go just a mile, and you can see there's 110. So now I'm going to look at the square footage of the property, which it's in Louisville, and I'm showing that the square footage is pretty nice size. It's 3,500 square feet. So I'm going to go over here to square footage, and I'm going to type in 3,200-3,700. And that'll give me like the properties that are going to be most comparable. Okay, they're going to be most comparable. Well, you can see there's only 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and go 3 miles. You can see there's 5. So I'm going to hit results, see what we have. It looks like I have 2 pending and 2 solds. So I'm going to check all. And once I check all, I'm going to click on Quick CMA right here. It's going to generate a comparative market analysis, and I'm going to go ahead and print that because this is part of my listing presentation. I'm going to go to print. And I'm going to print that. All right, so then you go down here and you're looking at the CMA, and you can see that homes were listed at 424 to 339 that sold. Square footages are about the same, so this one's a little bigger, which is going to make a difference, but not much. It's 100 square feet. So I'm going to say 400, 410, 420, and that's what we're going to go for. So I printed the tax roll and the CMA. Now I'm done with MLS, and I'm going to go to a web that has a net sheet. Okay. Now, this is Allegiance Titles, but there's every title company has their own net sheet program. When you log in, you can see at the top here it says buyer, and I'm going to select seller. When I select seller, it's going to open up a seller net sheet, and I'm going to simply go right here and type in. I'm going to first go at 400, and I'm going to do the commissions. And when I do the commissions, I'm going to leave 6% in there and hit for this estimate only. I'm going to scroll down and I get here to taxes, and I'm going to hit the $, and I'm going to look at the tax roll, and it says that they paid $6,800 in taxes last year. I don't care about their interest rate, and I'm going to have a closing date about a month out, so I just hit compute. That's it. And you'll see that it does a net sheet. Makes you look like a genius, and of course you will need to know how to explain it, and that's the training you get at DHS Realty. So it's going to do a net sheet like this, and all I'm going to do is go over here and hit print. And I'm going to hit print again. And then you can see that when I scroll up, that it has the back button. I just hit back, and now I'm going to do one at 410. Hit tab a couple times. You're going to scroll down. You're going to hit compute. And you'll see the net sheet goes up about 10 grand. You're going to hit share or print. I understand. And you're going to print this net sheet. And you print right there. The reason why I like to do 3 net sheets is so the seller can get an idea of what the differences are in 10,000 increments. Now I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to hit the back button. Again, these apps are available with all title companies. 420. I do 3 net sheets at 10,000 apart. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hit compute. And again, this one is called allegianceagent.com, one word. I'm gonna hit share, I'm gonna hit continue. So again, just to retrace our steps as I print this last form, I got the call, confirmed the name, got the email, set up a time, and got the address, got off the phone. Went into MLS, and I tried to see if there's any history of the property. If not, I'm gonna go to the tax roll, pull it up. So I'm gonna have probably the agent report, the tax roll, a CMA, and 3 net sheets. Now I'm done. I need to go into texasrealestate.com, which is right here, texasrealestate.com, and log into Zip Forms. I hit login. It's going to have my default login. And now I'm going to be printing what I need for the presentation tomorrow. So it's going to say, hi, Doug. I hit Zip Forms one more time, and the screen's going to turn blue. When the screen turns blue, I've told agents in my office there's only one you'll ever look for, and it's the tab that says New, N-E-W. Here it is. Click New. You're going to have 5 boxes. You're only concerned with the first 3. Seller, buyer, or lease tenant, landlord. So this is a seller. So I click on it. Well, I'm going to name it, and I'm going to name it Logan Drive. I'm going to select residential, and then right here it says select template, and I'm going to pick the listing template. Scroll down a little and just hit save. The next screen, I'm going to be staring at a white summary tab. I go 2 tabs over to documents, and all my forms are already there. So I'm going to open up the IBS, but it's already pre-filled. I'm going to scroll down just to check it out. Looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and print it. So I've yet to fill out any form in Zip Forms. It's already pre-filled for me. And it will be pre-filled for you if you're in our company. That's one of the benefits of this broker owner. I do those for every agent in the office. All right, so now I'm going to exit out of that and hit the back button. Now I like printing a general notice. You're going to see it down here. This is a form that just protects the agents, has every definition known to man in regards to real estate, and you don't even fill this out. You're just going to print it, and the seller signs it. Okay, so that's printing. All right. Hit the green back button, and we need to print a seller's disclosure. There it is. It's already in your forms. And you're going to simply hit print. All right, now you're going to hit the green back button, and this will really be the only form that you have to fill out. Residential listing, exclusive right to sell. When you open it up, you scroll to the very top, and in the first paragraph, you do need to put the seller's name. I like to do all caps. Chris Coltrane, Marina Coltrane. Always put the middle initials if they're on the tax roll. Not really needing anything else there because as you scroll down, that's already pre-filled. You get here to the property address, and this is where it's going to tell you what it is. So this property is lot 6, block F, Ridgeview Estates, City of Louisville, Denton County, known as 1221 Logan Drive. Okay, you're going to scroll down. Everything else is pre-filled until you get to the price. I like to leave that blank for now and talk about it when I meet them tomorrow. I am going to put a date of tomorrow, and I'm just going to put, 4 months out, same day. Okay, everything else is pre-filled, and I'm not going to touch anything. All I need to do is print this. Okay, so we're done. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit print. And when I print this, it concludes my listing presentation, because the rest of it is just human to human relationships that I have when I knock on the door. People work with who they know, like, and trust. And these people have known me for a long time. And so I'm going to knock on the door. They're going to invite me in. I'm going to talk with them in the foyer. At some point after talking with them, I'm going to say, show me around. After they show me around, we're basically going to go to the kitchen at that point when there's a break in the conversation, and I'm going to go through my listing presentation. When I go through the listing presentation, I'll have the tax roll, the CMA, 3 net sheets, the IBS, general notice. I'm going to have seller's disclosure and this listing agreement. And that concludes the training for today. I hope y'all have a great Sunday, and go get some.